Guys, what is going on? Joe with Odyssey Off-Road coming at you with another Tundra walk-around video. This is my new 2024 Toyota Tundra Limited with the TRD off-road package and a bunch of other goodies too. We'll go over the window sticker here in a little bit. So some of you might have caught my 2023 Tundra walk-around video, the army green one. And you're probably wondering, only 2 months later, why am I doing a walk-around on another new Tundra? Well, in case you didn't catch the video between then and now, that Tundra was actually totaled. I was in a really bad wreck, and that Tundra ended up getting totaled. So I've been pretty much truckless for the last 7 weeks, approximately. So this one I put a deposit on about a month ago, a little bit after the accident occurred. It came in last Thursday to the dealer, and I picked it up Saturday morning. I bought it from Sierra Toyota in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Best Toyota dealership by far. It's the second Toyota Tundra I bought from them. I bought a 2021 TRD Pro Tundra from them in Lunar Rock, same colors, the same color scheme, and that's why I love this truck so much, because I kind of kicked myself for getting rid of the last truck, not the last one, but the 21 TRD Pro for a long time now. I've been kicking myself. That's one truck I regret getting rid of. Because I just loved the way it looked and the way it sat. And this truck just reminds me of that so much. Other than the Fox suspension, it's probably better than that truck. It's just got so many bells and whistles to it. So I'll give you a quick walk around. You can check out the color. This is again Lunar Rock. And you'll see what's new. I'll point out too what's new for the 24s versus the 23 I had. And the first thing you'll see right away is there's no chrome or brushed grill surround. If you get the TRD off-road package now on the limited trims, they completely color matches everything and blacks out the rest of the trim. So everything's just black and color matched. Door handles are color matched. Trim around the windows is black. The grill surround is color matched. Bumpers are color matched and blacked out. Only thing I added to the truck is stock, is this here, TRD insert and the grill, and that's just to match the paint. And that's from Tough Skins. I'll leave the link in the video description below. You can order that for yourself. They come in different variety of different colors. Same package as the last one, the TRD off-road. You'll see I need some window tint. There's no window tint on it. That's a great thing about this dealer, actually, is they sell you the truck as it is. As Toyota builds it, ships it to them. They do zero add-ons, no markups, no nothing. And if they've got quite a few Tundras there right now that have just been sitting on the lot for a little bit, that they're actually got discounted about between $3,000 and $4,000. So if you're looking for a great deal, check them out. Go talk to Jeff Bennett over there, and he'll get you set straight. He'll hook you up with a deal. Great customer service as well. Best Toyota dealership by far to deal with in the state of Arizona. They don't play no games. They never did, even during COVID, never did markups. And that's why I bought my 21 TRD Pro from them, because they didn't play those games. And they earned my business to come back. The only reason I didn't buy my green one from them was because they didn't have anything coming in that I was looking for with the JBL stereo and the TRD off-road package combined for a long time. So that was something I really wanted. So I ended up buying it local at a dealership here near Tucson, which I don't recommend. For a variety of reasons, but I won't really get into that. This is going to be about this truck. So again, limited 2024 TRD off-road. You got the 20-inch TRD wheels. You have all the lettering blacked out. Mirror caps blacked out. TRD bed stickers. You'll see on the window sticker, I got the Tundra letters. That was on part of the window sticker as well. Truck came that way. No bed liner in this one. Does have the bed light package and the power outlet. That's part of the power package the Toyota has, and I'll show you that on the window sticker as well. I'll take you inside, show you the difference. Now the difference between this one and the army green one I had is the colors. So this interior has the light gray seats as opposed to the all black I had my last one. It was one thing I wasn't 100% sure I was going to love, and I do. I really like the contrast with the dark and the light gray. gives it a little pop. And then I'll show you under the seats too. Same as the last one. You got your under seat storage. Got your dividers here that you can move around a variety of places. And you can, you know, if you're into shooting your pew-pews and going out target practice, you can put your rifles in there, or snow brush if you live in a cold climate and, you know, won't rattle around. So it's pretty cool. And then plus you could divide the compartments. Pretty neat there. Some behind seat storage. Lift it up over here. If you have the JBL stereo system, you lose a little bit of behind the seat storage because you got the sub box right here. But you do have a little bit over there still. That's where your jack and all that stuff is too. You can fit some stuff back there still, some straps or tow rope or a jacket or something, whatever you want to throw back there. There is some room. And we will take you up front and I'll show you some of the big changes for 2024 is the gauges. You now get digital gauges on the Limited. No more analog gauges. Analog have been, even it used to be that to get the digital gauge package, and you'll see the full panoramic roof. Used to be to get the digital gauge package, you had to get the hybrid on the Limited. And then everything above the Limited, like Platinum, 1794, all that, came standard with the digital gauges. But no more. Now on Limited and up, you get full digital display gauge cluster, which is absolutely awesome. We'll go through that a little bit. So you see this truck has no steps. So two things it needs right away is window tint and a set of side steps. See how tall the truck is? It's about up to my knee. So for me, it's not a big deal to just kind of step up there, grab the handle, and pull in. But the kids have a tough time getting in and out. So and then the wife too. And plus, besides that, sometimes getting out, if you don't have the steps, you know, people have a tendency to slide off the seats, and that just creates wear and tear on the material. So we don't need that. So we're going to get a nice set of running boards here. I'm not sure which ones yet, to be honest. And here's the interior. Obviously, you're Limited. You get your memory seats. So that's all there. And then we'll fire this thing up. I'll show you the gauge cluster. And first, let me show you the window sticker. I'll show you what I paid for this thing. And because I did pay window sticker. So I'll let you guys pause the video if you want to get a good look at this and you get it nice. And you guys can take a look at the standard options versus the, I should say standard features versus the optional. And you'll see now under the standard features, the 12.3 inch digital meter. So that's the digital dash. And that's standard now on your interior on Limiteds. And then as far as optional equipment, we have the JBL stereo system, which was a must. That was something I wanted. The Limited premium package, which gives you the premium LED headlights. And then the towing technology package, which is like a backup assist. It keeps you set that and it'll keep your trailer straight when you're backing up. So that's trailer backup assist. And that comes on that package. Then you get the Limited power package, which basically gives you the 110 outlet, 400 watt, 120 volt outlet in the back seat and one in the bed, plus your LED bed lights. So that's that package if you're looking for that. And then you obviously have your Trd-offroad package, which gives you a variety of goodies, which I'll let you guys read right there. I won't go through them all, but you know, you get all the crawl control, the rear locker, TRD shift knob. You get the aluminum sport pedals, plus the Bilstein shocks, and you know, a bunch of other goodies. Then this one has the power tilt slide panoramic roof with power sunshade. That's an expensive one, $13.50. That's not something I was looking for. In all honesty, I could have did without that. But I have actually used it. I've only had the truck for 2 days now, and I actually have used it a couple times. It's pretty nice this time of year with the weather being cooler here in Arizona. I probably will use it a little bit. So it is nice, but it wasn't something I was looking for. So it does add a little bit of expense that I didn't need. But beggars can't be choosers. And then heated leather steering wheel, that's something, again, I probably won't use ever here in Arizona. I do use the heated seats in the wintertime rather than turn the heat on, but I don't tend to ever use the heated steering wheel. Happened in my last couple trucks. And then I have the all-weather floor liners, which you've seen already, down there on the floor in the front and in the back. And that covers the entire floor. And tailgate, black tailgate letter inserts, which you've seen. That is actually something worthwhile getting on the, if you can find one with it on, it's $89. If it doesn't come with it and you have to buy them from Toyota, I think it's like $150. So it's more money after the fact than if it's already built into the truck. So that is that. Total price, $63,598. Processing and handling, $1,850. That's the delivery charges and all that stuff from Toyota. So part of the, that's all part of the window sticker. So total MSRP, $65,448. That's what I paid. They have to tax. Registration is a killer in Arizona. Besides sales tax, you pay a registration tax, which is like $900 something. And then that goes down 16% every year. Arizona kills you with the registration for some reason. But it gets cheaper a little bit by 16%. It calculates off your MSRP. So every year it goes down 16%. So that's $900 something. Sales tax was 50 something $100. So it ended up financing, or I ended up paying, I should say, out the door. I did put a couple dollars down. So grand total out the door was about $71,400 some odd dollars for the truck. And I will tell you, not something I was happy about paying, because but I had, and I'll be honest with you about something else too. I did contemplate, even though I love the Tundras and I love Toyotas, and I just, part of me did not want to pay that kind of money for a truck. But unfortunately these days, as many of you know, if you're shopping for a vehicle, trucks are not getting cheaper. They get more expensive by the day, especially a half-ton or a three-quarter-ton truck. So let me fire it up here. I'll show you the gauges and how that comes on. Might get some flickering with the LED lighting and all that stuff. You'll see the full digital gauges come alive there. Really nice. And then the screen is loading up. That loads up really quick. You see the flicker in there. There's nothing I can do about that with the refresh rate. This thing's just awesome. I mean, Android Auto, wireless, capable. Apple CarPlay wireless. You don't have to plug it in. You can if you want. And you just plug it right into here. And it'll load up onto your unit. If you want to just charge it or something like that, there's charging ports right here. Center console slides open. So you can quick access the stuff. Or you can open it all together. It's pretty big, spacious. Keep a lot of stuff in there. Got your glove box. Standard size glove box, nothing special. Gauge cluster is awesome. So what I like about this is it's fully customizable. You can change how you have your speedometer set up. Everything's, so basically if you have the analog gauges, if you've seen analog gauges on the new Tundras where you have just the digital box in the middle, like the 4.3 inch small screen in the center, all of that stuff that you used to be able to do right here in the center is just right here now. So you can keep whatever you want up on the screen there, and then you go into your settings by using these and the OK button. And you can just scroll over to your settings, and then you can customize everything here. Customize the right side, so that's that here. You can just have it show your boost gauge for your turbo boost, or this is the towing gauges that they call it in there. And I like that. Keep that on there better because it shows you a lot of information. You have your oil, your engine temp. It doesn't show you the numbers, but it shows you just a bar. And then it has your tranny temp and then your turbo boost gauge. So you have all that information right there. And then you can customize the center one as well. You can change it from a digital speedometer and then the analog tach to two analogs. Inside there, they'll still be in and out of each other. Or you can just do full analog speedometer. And no tachometer. There's like 3-4 different options for how you want the screen to display in the middle. I like the digital speedometer and then having the tach on the outside, so I left it on that one. Then on the left side you get a variety of information. Your same as the analog would show you in the middle. Any messages or alerts you would have pop up there, your music. And then you can show your MPGs. That's what I've been getting since I got the truck. I reset it right before I left the dealer, so I'm averaging 19. I got 143 miles on it. So, and then down there you got your oil pressure, obviously battery, temp, engine temp, fuel gauge. So, great set of gauges. Very informative. You know, shows you a lot of information, which I like. I like that it shows you some indication of what your tranny's doing when you towing. You can just kind of keep an eye on that if you're overheating it or whatnot. And I will tell you, there's a guy on YouTube that just did a great towing review of this truck. Is Thomper B Thompin, his channel. I'll leave the link to that video actually here at the end of this video. You guys can check that out. He's got a cool channel, and he has a Tundra, new generation Tundra 2023. He just did a great towing review where he had a scan gauge 2 plugged into the OBD2 port and showed all the specs on the truck while he was towing. A 6,000 pound toy hauler, 18 foot or 20 foot toy hauler, and the truck just towed amazing. And so you guys can check that out if you're interested in towing with one of these. And then in the future I'll update you as well with my experiences towing with it. But for now, you can check his out. And over here on the left side, obviously you got your odometer and trip, which you can change. Right there you have your odometer, and you can change it to trip. That's distance to service for your 10,000 mile oil change. I'll change my oil at 5,000 anyway. Heated steering wheel button. You can change shut your rear parking sensors off and on. Auto stop start feature on and off. Auto high beams. Then your interior lights off, door mode or on. There's some blanks here. If you had a TRD Pro, one of these would be for like the TRD Pro light bar. And then whatever, and I'm sure there's a few other options on the Platinums and 1794s that I don't have. But, you know, it's got heated seats, cooled seats. I went over all this stuff in my green one, so I feel like I'm being repetitive if you guys watched that video too. So I don't want to kill you with redundancy, but for any you didn't catch it, I want to hit the highlights. And so you got, again, heated, cool seats, passenger and driver. Rear don't have any heated or cooled seats in the Limiteds. If you get an SR5, you cannot get cooled seats. So that was something that I wanted. I never had it before, but I had it in my last Limited, and I tell you, in the summertime when it's 110 degrees, having that those ventilated seats make a world of difference. When your car's been sitting outside, you come out of the gym, you're a little sweaty to begin with, and you sit in your truck. The last thing you want to do is be sticking to the leather. And putting those ventilated seats on is awesome. Great feature. I really enjoyed it. You have all your drive modes down here. When you change it now on here, you'll see it changes on the whole screen. Shows you what the truck is doing. So you go to eco mode, normal, and then you can go to sport mode. I always just keep it on normal, I'll be honest with you. And then if you have your multi-terrain select, if you click that, when it's in four-wheel drive, you can use the knob will control that. You have your tow haul button. It's 2 tow haul modes. You have tow haul plus, regular tow haul, and tow haul plus. Regular tow haul mode would be up to 5,000 pounds, and if you put it in tow haul plus mode, that's for anything over 5,000 pounds. And it just changes your shift points or locks out your overdrive gears, stuff like that, to help your transmission, run cooler while you're towing, basically. You have your cruise control and hill descent control, all those goodies. And this knob just controls all of these based on which one you press. You have your 4-wheel drive switch. So we're in 2-wheel drive, and 4 you just push down, slide it back. 4 high, but 4 low you're gonna put the truck in neutral. Go to 4 high, put it in neutral, then go to 4 low. That's the smoothest way to put it in. You have to go put your shifter into neutral though to go into 4 low. On the truck too, you have in here, in the gauge cluster, you have your, I believe it's in here. Yep, so your trailer information. So when you're trailering, it comes with a trailer brake controller. All Tundras come with a trailer brake controller, so you don't need to pay extra to add it after the fact. I think all full-size trucks should have. I think any truck should have a trailer brake controller installed from the factory. The fact that you got to pay extra for it after you buy these trucks, which costs a lot of money to begin with, is ridiculous. But Toyota puts them in all their vehicles. Not all their vehicles, I should say, all their Tundras, and even the new Tacomas now are going to have trailer brake controls starting in 2024. So if you have a trailer hooked up, you can set it to automatically detect the length of it, or you can set the length of the trailer itself. And what that does is for your blind spot monitoring in the mirrors. So when somebody's alongside you and that little amber light comes on in your mirror that says, hey, somebody in your blind spot, it'll calculate the length of the trailer, and that'll work with your trailer hooked up. So somebody's alongside your trailer, it'll let you know somebody's alongside the trailer. So it adjusts the radar there for that. And then, you know, when you have obviously the trailer hooked up too, you set your gain and all that stuff. And you'll see I just hit the button and it says, you know, no trailer connected. So that's that. A lot of stuff, a lot of goodies here on this thing. I mean, almost too much to talk about in one video and keep you guys entertained. So you hit your red start button, you know, with your Trd-offroad package. The interior is super comfortable. The seats are great. I'm really digging the two-tone. Let me show you the power shade. It's actually probably pretty bright in here, but you'll see up here is how you work it. So if you want to just tilt the roof up, you can just do that and just vent or go down. And if you want to open the roof, you just one touch, it'll open. It opens to a certain point, and then if you want it to open all the way, you click it again. So now you see it stopped. I'll hit it again. Now it's fully opened, and it goes, you know, in any panoramic roof, the back one doesn't open. Always just the front one goes over the backside. So we'll close that. We'll show you how the power sunshade works. And then that just, you'll see it just rolls out, and that'll block the sun. Takes a minute. And there you go. It is pretty thin. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, it's not as thin as some. I've seen some were thinner. I think my brother's Ram was a little bit thinner than that. It was almost just like a mesh. But the heat in the summertime here when it's 110 is going to come through there. So what I'll probably do is get the ceramic tint on the panoramic glass besides the side windows and windshield. This way to really keep the cab cool in the summertime. Because if you have a regular sunroof, as you know, where you just kind of slide it forward yourself, it's much thicker and insulated. These here have to, when you have the panoramic roof, has to roll up in the back. So it's not going to be able to be as thick as those standard ones are. And speaking of that, you'll see the two indents in the headliner there in the back. That's for like really tall people and your head. Because you do, a downside of getting the panoramic sunroof is, we'll shut this off so we don't kill gas. And it's no good for your engine to idle forever anyway, especially when new. But if you get a panoramic sunroof, in most trucks, you lose some about 3 or 4 inches of headspace, because you have to have a lot of stuff in the roof there. The braces and the whole unit itself, the whole panoramic sunroof unit and frame in there, and then it's the sunshade's got to roll up in the back. All that stuff's got to go someplace. So, you know, it doesn't just disappear into thin air. So you're going to lose some headspace. You have to understand that. It's not Toyota's fault. If you want a panoramic sunroof, I hear people complaining about that all the time. I just don't get why you're complaining. You wanted a panoramic sunroof. I mean, how do you expect them to fit it in the same space they would with no sunroof? It's just, you know, if that's your logic of thinking, you're not making any sense. So let me show you. I'm about 5'7", and I have more than enough headroom here. You'll see I have probably about 6 inches between my head and the roof. If you're really tall, you know, 6'2", something like that, maybe a little tight back here. But, you know, for headspace with the panoramic sunroof, without it, it's endless. I mean, you have plenty of room. But I have heard tall people complain. If you're carrying, you know, giants in the back seat, I would stay away from the panoramic roof. Like all Toyotas, you get a first aid kit, and then these are your cleats for your for the bed, tie down cleats for the bed that go in the track system. And like every Toyota too, this whole back window comes completely down, and that control is up there with the headliner and the sunroof. So you can open your sunroof if you want, and then get a really good breeze. You can, you know, roll the entire back window down and have some nice fresh air in here. But as far as legroom goes, I mean, it's crazy the legroom you get. There is a hump in the floor with the Tundras, so if that's a deal breaker for you, I don't know what to tell you. You have power outlets back here. This is another reason why I went up to a limited and didn't get a SR5. With SR5, you don't get these here. You can get that if you get the power package like I showed you on the window sticker, but you don't get the USB charging ports in the back seat. Now, any of you have kids know, especially if you're on a road trip, especially these kids nowadays, you know, you need to keep them entertained a little bit. If you're on a 7-hour road trip, 8, 10-hour road trip, the kid's going to get antsy in the back seat. You give them that tablet, let them shut up. You know, I have a teenage daughter. She likes to be on her phone. Not that she's not talking to us and associating with us for a lot of the trips. She does. But there's times where, you know, you want your peace and quiet. You're not talking, and girl wants to, you know, go on her phone and play a game or talk to her, text her friends or whatever. If their electronic devices are dying in the back seat, that's going to be a bad time for mom and dad in the front seat, because the kids are going to be bitching and complaining. So the charging ports for me with having kids are a must. Now, if I didn't have any kids, that really wouldn't matter to me. There's some sacrifices you can make if you're a single guy, or if you're just, you know, husband and wife and you don't have kids. When you have kids, you know, there's certain things you need. And for me, that was a must. I didn't want to have to add them after the fact. It's just, you know, easier to get the truck with everything you want and be done with it. Also here, reminded me, I'll bring you back in the front. I'll show you. It's got the rear view mirror camera. That's part of the premium package for the limiteds. I'll show you that quick. Now it's basically, you have your rear view mirror turns into a camera, and you have your 360 cameras and all that stuff in here too. I'll show you. But if we light this up, you'll see you got your home link on here. So when I go to my house, I hit my button and it opens my garage door. And to program it, all the stuff comes up on the screen when you need to program anything on here. You know, exit, okay, hit to accept. You know, when you're programming your remotes. So it kind of guides you through programming your remote, which is nice if you've never programmed the home link before. And then if you flip this lever on a standard mirror, obviously you get that little tinted effect. But on here, it turns it into the camera. I don't know if you can pick that up, but pretty cool. You see it goes now back to the mirror. And then now it turns the camera on. So that's actually the camera on top of the cab above the rear window. And it's in the third brake light. I'll show you that. We'll go back outside. I'll show you. It's very windy today, so if you guys are picking up any wind noise, so I'm kind of sitting in the truck a little bit. If you guys are picking up any wind noise out when we're outside, I apologize. I'll try to edit some of that out, but it's, you know, pretty hard to do. So that's that. That's pretty cool. And then there was one other thing I wanted to show you. Yeah, so the 360 camera. So you have your view button. If you just hit it and you're in park, it'll show you all around your truck, and that's live. So if there's a kid running around or somebody coming up to your truck, it'll show you that. You know, somebody hiding behind your tailgate, you know, ducking down, or somebody's in the bed of your truck. It shows you all that stuff live. And then it'll go to that when it's done going around. And then you can do the low view to go around. So that's pretty neat. Shut that off. So now if you're in reverse, say, you got your cameras. There's all different angles. I like this here. When you're pulling out of a parking lot, and you have like those curb islands they put where they plant the trees sometimes in the big parking lots. And if you've ever been pulling out, and it's a tight parking lot, you're going around one and clipped one of those, you know, clipped the curb or something with your back tire, because it's really just tight and there's not a lot of room to turn. You can see if you're going to clear it or not. Right there on the camera, it comes up. It's pretty cool. So when you're in drive and you come close to something in front of you, it'll show you the front camera that you're about to hit something or whatnot. And then so you got your side cameras too. Those are the ones down your mirrors. You can see when you turn your wheel, you'll see the wheels turn with it. If you're driving, you're on a trip. Let's say you're in drive, you're cruising down a freeway. You got you quad in the bed like I would, or you have some fuel cans or anything just in the bed of the truck tied down. You want to make sure it's still secure back there without having to stop and pull over. You can just while you're driving, you hit your view button and then hit that bed camera, and it'll bring up the bed view. You can also check behind you and see your trailer. If your trailer hitch is still good, you can check on that while you're driving. A lot of great features. You can turn the lines on and off, the centering line, all that good stuff. You can turn it on auto, and what that does is that will enable, as soon as you slow down to below 5 miles per hour, the cameras will automatically come on. To me, it's very distracting. I don't like that. I only want the cameras to come on when I want them to come on. So I have it set so I just hit the view button, or else they'll pop up when your sensors detect you're really close to something. When the sensors start beeping, then the camera will come on. Otherwise, I don't want them popping on every time, I slow down below 5 miles an hour. To me, it's annoying. So I leave the auto off. And then this here is you got the off-road modes. So if you're off-roading, you have your tilt, your inclinometer, and all that stuff, and then you have all your different camera views, and then it'll show you in front, so this is behind you or in front of you, and then that's like kind of what you're driving over. So that's basically underneath you. As you drive, your camera in front picks up the terrain, and then as you drive over it, it shows you where it is under your vehicle. So that's that view. That's why it's blacked out now, because we haven't been driving and it hasn't recorded anything. And then obviously full backup. But when you're driving, if you're off-roading, and let's say you have the front one on, right? You want to see where your tires are going. You got the lines for you. You can also see alongside of you. So if you're going down a trail or if you're going down a tight road, you can see if there's a big boulder or something you're trying to squeeze between. You'll see you're clearing it or not. It shows you both sides of the vehicle, and that's what the cameras in the bottom of the mirrors. There's cameras everywhere on these trucks, and that could be good or bad. It could be bad when something happens and they cost money to replace. But so that's it with the cameras. A lot of stuff, a lot of features. Just like I said, cameras galore on this truck. Cameras everywhere. You have your little sunglass holder up there. It's a lot of trucks. It has the SOS button, and I will tell you that SOS came in handy for me. I didn't even have to hit it. So I mentioned to you earlier in the video, my green one. I was hit pretty hard. Airbags all went off. I was kind of a little dazed and confused, not really know what happened at the time. And all of a sudden, somebody was just talking to me and saying, hey, we detected your airbags went off, and it was Toyota. It was coming through the truck because it broadcasted a signal to them through the airbags deflating that they knew the truck was in a serious accident. And then they sent first responders and everything. I didn't have to call nobody. I didn't have to do anything. It was all automatic. They stay with you on the phone. If you want them to, if you're not okay, they'll hang out and talk to you, keep you calm while you're waiting for emergency services. So that was a really cool feature. Never had to use before, and I hope, I never have to use again. But it was there, and it did come in handy on the last truck. So good for you, Toyota, on that. And then you have your wireless charging. So that's part of the power package too, and that's the trailer backup assist button. There's your rear locker button. And if there's anything else you guys want to see that I didn't hit here in the video, leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to do a video on it for you. I have the JBL stereo. You see all the speakers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have your mics in the headrest. These are microphones. I think I misquoted in my last one saying they were speakers. Then you have 2 in each side door, and then you have your sub in the back. So there's 2 in the doors in the front too. So it's a total of 12 speakers, including the sub. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what more can I say. The truck is just phenomenal. Comfort-wise, you can see the seats are nice and bolstered. Quality material. Really supportive, yet comfortable. They're not, like, I have had a Chevy Silverado in the past, and I loved the truck. It was great. It was a nice Chevy Trail bus I had. One of the complaints I had and passengers had was on long road trips, after a couple hours sitting in the seats, your ass would be killing you. The seats are just like sitting on a wood bench at the park. I don't know why they're so stiff, but these are like firm yet comfortable. Like firm enough where they're not going to wear out fast, but they're soft enough that your rear end ain't killing you on a long road trip. They really keep you comfortable and nice. And I look forward to doing many long road trips in this truck, which is the plan. And again, another reason why I went back with the Tundra, just because the comfort on road trips, and I do a lot of road trips with my ATVs to go ride with friends in different states, or even to the sand dunes here now. It's dune season, to go to Glamis and all that stuff a few times a year, and that's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive for me. And I do that several times over the course of this dune season. And so you get a good look at the front here of the truck. I mean, I mean, what can you say? The truck is just, if you don't think this is one of the best looking trucks on the road, I think you're on some kind of medication, because it is without a doubt one of the best looking, if not the best looking, half-ton truck on the market. That's obviously my opinion, but I'll stick to it and I'll fight you for it too. But I love it, man. I love these trucks. I love the way they look, especially now with no chrome. Everything's colored, matched, and blacked out. It's just can't get any nicer. I mean, it's beautiful. You know, if you're a single guy, you get yourself one of these trucks, pick up a lot of women with this truck. You know what I mean? Definitely pick you up your next wife. If you're a single guy, you get yourself a nice Lunar Rock Tundra, and then you won't be single no more. You know. So there you go. That's relationship advice from Odyssey Off-Road. Get yourself a Tundra. Beautiful. I mean, especially this. Like, you can see the color looks different. Obviously, a lot of colors do in sun and not in sun, but this one's drastic. It's very light, like a light pale gray almost, when it's in the sun like that. And then when you go into the shady side, you know, it's completely different color. It almost looks just phenomenal. I love it, man. Can't say enough good things about the truck. The wheels are beautiful finish. Nice satin finish. They're better than the TRD black wheels, if that's also something you're concerned about. The matte finish wheels on the TRD trucks prior to this new generation Tundra, the satin wheels, they were more of a matte. Satin is a slight more sheen than matte. So these are more satin. The old ones were very matte, like on my wife's 4Runner, and they can tend to get dirty and hold dirt real easy. They're not as these are much easier to clean and stay looking good longer. And then you have your Bilstein shocks there. It's got the red axles on the TRD off-roads. I know there's some difference with Toyota with the red axles versus black axles. Something to do with one's heavy. The red ones are heavy duty axle. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of it. It's a little confusing to me, but that's the gist I got out of it from the information I've read. And then these are your premium headlights. So I would turn. They're all sequential. So you have the sequential turn signals. I'm not sure if that's going to show up well with the LED on the camera, so I'm not going to waste your time showing you so you can see everything flicker. But then you have your LED running lights, which is all here. Maybe we'll do a little like 1 minute night video where I can show you guys all the lights with your premium headlights. I mean, this thing lights up their whole road. It's a great looking set of headlights. LED fogs. Tail lights too are also sequential. I'll show you guys under the hood too if you're interested. Not sure how many of you want to see a motor, but I'll show you that as well. Again, the tail lights are sequential, so when you turn your tail light, your signals on, they basically, you know, the light moves from outside to inside while the tail light's blinking, or your turn signals are blinking, I should say. Then you have your button on the tailgate for the opening tailgate on the light here. You see how new it is; it's still a little stiff. And then, yeah, so I got the cleats and slide I showed you. Put them in the bed rails, get them set up where you like them. Obviously, they're adjustable. You have your bed lights. And there's the cameras up there I showed you inside. I was talking about. That's where they're located, right there. And got your shark fin antenna. I'll pop the hood quick, show you guys under there. And it is a little windy, so I don't want to kill you with the wind noise and ruin the video too much out here. But let me get the hood popped, and I'll show you what that looks like. Beautiful sport pedals. Again, you got plenty of storage too. It reminds me here with opening the door, you get a little cubby here. This doesn't go all the way through, so you know you stick a little something in there. Storage pretty much everywhere on this truck. You got a storage cubby up there. You got your glove box. This, you got that little cubby here. If you put your wallet or something small enough in there, when you slide it back, it stay in there. Good. It doesn't, you don't have to take it out. You have one up here, cup holders, 2 more cup holders in the back seat, cup holders here. You have cup holders in every door. It's 2 in each front door, 1 in the rear doors in the back. I mean, just plenty of room for bottles of water, drinks, what have you. And show you under the hood quick on these. So again, twin turbo V6. I'll put the specs up on the screen for you here. And the way they have these motors set up is you have 2 air intake systems. It's not 2 to 1, so each side of the motor has its own air intake system. And then they come into the firewall here. And then you have your inlets right here, I believe, is for the turbos for the air intake. So really nice setup. You got a lot of room up front between the grill and the radiator support. And then you have 2 coolant reservoirs here. One is for the intercoolers. So intercoolers are water cooled. Intercoolers being for the turbos. They're liquid cooled intercoolers. And then you have your engine coolant overflow as well. Easy accessibility to the battery on this, which is nice. Some new vehicles, they hide the batteries in weird places, and you know, it's harder to get to. But in this truck here, again, this is the non-hybrid. This is the regular twin turbo V6. So similar to what you would get, say, a Ford, 3.5 liter EcoBoost. And that is it, man. I think we about covered everything. Again, this is blacked out as well on this. I just love the fact that everything's blacked out. You get your radar cruise control sensor there and in the grill. Radar cruise is an awesome feature. If none of you guys have ever used a newer vehicle with radar cruise control, it's awesome. When you're on a road trip and you set it in cruise control, and then traffic slows down in front of you, or somebody, the guy in front of you is just varying the speeds, and it's hard to get over out of his way. Instead of having to stop, reset the cruise control once you get back up to speed, it just remembers it. It'll track the car in front of you, and then when it moves over out of the way, or you move out of the way, or it speeds up again, it'll just pick up your speed where you left off. So it's great. You don't gotta ever keep resetting it. So I got it home, man. The truck was nice and clean. They did a great job at that dealership against Toyota in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Typically, I've gotten new vehicles, brought it home, and it's they just smear tire sign all over it, and it flings all over the truck, and they just dress everything up with tire dressing, and the truck looks gross. They don't really do a great job cleaning it. This truck was pretty spotless when I got it home. I still clay barred and hand waxed the entire truck the day I got it, but if I'm being honest, it didn't really need a clay bar, and they did a great job cleaning the truck. It also helped too that I had the deposit on the truck, so as soon as it got off the rail and was delivered to the dealer, I picked it up 2 days later, so I wasn't really sitting around a lot getting dirty. But I still wanted to get a clay bar on it, and then get a good base coat of wax down as a foundation, just kind of protect it. Again, $70,000 investment on to protect it, so as best as you can, as long as you can. So I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for checking it out. I am super excited about this truck. This is by far my favorite truck and best looking truck I've ever owned. And I'm at, besides just trucks, this is my 30th vehicle I've owned since I started driving. I'm 46. I've been driving since I'm 15. And I've had 30 different vehicles. This is my 30th vehicle, and I'm hoping this is it, 30. Stopping at 30. At least until 10 years from now. And it's a Toyota, so I know it's going to last me. And if it doesn't, you guys will know. I'm going to do regular updates on this truck. If you guys are interested, I'm going to do 6,000 mile update, review on how it does towing for me, fuel mileage, stuff like that. And then if I have any issues with the truck too. So if you guys have any hesitations or reservations about getting a new Tundra, they've been out for a few years now. They've worked out pretty much all the bugs. I wouldn't have any reservations. You guys should just go out and buy one. Obviously, that being said, the 22s were littered with a few issues, nothing crazy, but they sorted all those out. The later models now are not really having any issues. These 24s are going to be probably the most refined because it's the 3rd year now of them producing this new generation truck. So all the little kinks and the things that bugs are pretty much worked out at this point, and should be problem free. Knock on wood. But smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to see more of the content on the Tundra. And if not Tundra stuff, I got plenty of ATV content on the channel too. So check that all out. Again, thanks for watching, guys. This is Joe with Odyssey Off-Road. We'll see you on the next one.